as is a new tradition on Battle of the Dans, as required by our HR rep, we will end each Battle of the Dans with a nice, chill, podcasty episode. A battle of the soul, more so than the actual Battle of the Dans.
Don't look at me.
I don't have soul.
We're going to take it easy. We're going to take it chill. We're going to take you guys to...
Mellow mode.
Yeah, I was going to say, given the options between classic mode and mellow mode,
Yeah.
we're going to take you to mellow mode.
Let's do this. Now the healing can begin.
You can switch the game mode whenever you feel like it.
Yoshi doesn't mind, man.
Bro.
Yoshi's got wings.
Yoshi's got wings. Yoshi.
He's game for whatever. Anyway, welcome everybody to this very mellow conclusion to Battle of the Dans, which I think
We desperately need.
we do. So I think we are mentally exhausted. We need something to cool down.
Also, can we take a moment and appreciate how precious these little Yoshis are?
Yeah,
Look
they
at
are
all-
so cute.
Oh my goodness.
I really want.
So-
So I don't have the Yoshi amiibo, the woolly amiibo, but I really.
I actually, like, I've not seen anything of this game yet.
Neither have I. I have not actually played any of this.
I've seen the amiibos, and that's about, like, pretty much it. And I'm looking
Yeah.
at all these other Yoshis, and I'm like, why didn't they make all of these? I want
Yeah.
all of
It's
these.
very good.
It is.
It's not at all challenging. It's just very well designed.
Kirby's. Yeah.
Very
Kirby's.
well designed, very enjoyable.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not so easy that you hate it, but it's not. It's just very pleasant.
Is
Kirby's
it like
Epic
Yoshi's
Yarn?
Story?
It is like Yoshi's.
That
It is
is
like
right.
Yoshi's Island if they made it into Kirby's Epic Yarn, basically. So
Okay.
it's got all the mechanics of Yoshi's Island, but it's at Kirby's Epic Yarn
So,
level of difficulty.
I have not played Yoshi's Island, but I've only, like, I've
Oh, it's
played
so
Yoshi's
good.
Story.
You should totally
Door.
Yoshi's Story.
Yeah.
is
Yoshi's-
bad.
Yoshi's Story is not as good as Yoshi's Island by not even close.
I love Yoshi's
But
Story.
you're gonna love Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's
Just
Island.
sing the song in
Yoshi's
between
Island's like
chapters.
a
Actually,
different
yeah, can
level
you sing the
of
song?
game.
Really, sing the song in between chapters. Dude, I played the shit out of that game.
You should. That's it.
Alright.
Pretty close,
Alright,
actually.
yeah.
Spot on.
You're nailing it right now.
If I could like double or triple you in the audio, I think we could actually we'd get content ID.
Yeah.
So,
Can we do a side by side there?
I've beaten this game, but I don't actually know what distinguishes
You
mellow
have time
mode.
to beat games?
You have the
I'm
rings.
Dan Floyd.
Good. I can travel through time.
I played Dark Souls.
Look, they're sitting on a little doily.
They are. No, I love
It
the
launches you when you hit the little yarn
world
thing,
art
too.
in this. Look how the floor, the ground bends.
Precious.
It's like walking on a giant mattress.
I just realized that like 4 of the people in this room are artists and I am not.
Yes. How's it feel?
It feels real bad.
got numbered now.
All the questions going to the artist. We'll
Where
take
are you
this
from?
one up in front. What do you got?
Emma's, where are your precious spreadsheets now?
I don't use spreadsheets, man. That's all gut.
Yeah, do the
Oh,
one
wow.
on there.
You design from the heart.
I designed from the heart, man. Oh, I spent 2,000 things to clear this course automatically because I don't know what the hell's going on. Bounce about woods.
You did it.
So I want to say that I love
Bleeded.
the Miiverse art for this because it is
all
clearly
stamps.
just children using the stamps and drawing really bad stuff. My favorite picture I've ever seen was like the worst drawn Yoshi I have ever seen.
Period.
And then
You just murdered.
the word yes. Because it was clearly written by a child and it just made me so happy.
That's adorable.
That person is the next extra credit.
Eventually. Won't be long now. I really
Pick that
love
friend.
There you
Pick
go.
up Fran.
I'm guys.
That beautiful boy.
This is not as not
It
as
is.
We made it so
As
far
it
without
looks.
saying boy. We broke our streak. At the end.
Wait, did we say boy?
No,
I just did.
Jesus.
this.
Dare you?
I'm sorry.
You should
I
be.
didn't mean it.
Would you look at that boy?
That's a boy.
Now I have to pay the McElroy brothers.
Woo,
Which I mean, to
boy.
be fair, those guys are funny as
That
hell.
is true.
They're
If I
so
could
good.
pay them, I would.
We very much
Shoot the
highly
yarn.
highly recommend Monster Factory.
I have found that every single thing I've watched that involves a McElroy brother, or plural McElroy brothers, was worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that probably also will be.
Oh shit, I have 30 seconds.
Dude,
this is
hurry.
this is no longer chill.
Chill time is over.
Chill time is over.
Even
I mean,
in
what's
mellow
happening? The
mode.
game over?
I don't even know what are you gonna do for this as an episode.
I don't know.
This is gonna be
I'm gonna be like, I'm just letting us record for a while so we get
experimental,
enough.
extra
Let's just
experimental
pretend
credits.
to talk.
I think we're experimenting. We kind of threw this idea together, just doing this chill episode at the end. Like we did not plan this until 10 minutes before we actually started.
If you
doing
couldn't tell, this
Yeah.
was not planned.
Let us know what you think in the like bar.
Whatever. We don't.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We don't live to entertain these people. Subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
I hope all of you have enjoyed this, at least at some point or other. We've been through quite a journey on this Battle of the Dans.
You know,
Hit it with your head!
I'm fucking working on
You
it.
did not once even try.
You don't even want this. I don't believe you.
I don't know how to Yoshi, dude.
Thank you.
Is this your first Yoshi?
Yeah, this is my first Yoshi. Don't make
You
fun.
haven't
I
even
remember
heard
my
this
first
goddamn
Yoshi.
story.
I don't need your shit right now. I'm going to the door.
Hashtag play Yoshi's Island.
Really should.
Yoshi story.
Hashtag
Island.
Yoshi
Hashtag
story.
Yoshi
Okay.
story, best Yoshi.
Yoshi's story is cute, whatever. You know?
Whatever you
Yoshi's Island is in like
Still
another
the-
ballpark.
it is
Like,
still
Alright.
the
like,
standard.
like
I haven't played Yoshi's Island.
story did not make Little League like finals.
Wow.
Yoshi's Island won the World Series.
Yoshi's Story went home and did not get ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The one home run they hit, someone caught.
We're making jokes about sad children.
No, just yes.
Carrie, did you get enough sleep to like moderate us? Cause God, we need it.
I'm gonna be. This is gonna be interesting because like I'm gonna be definitely finding this in the edit, which is something that's
You're gonna
not
be like, oh my
occurred on
God,
the-
I hope
Said
it's just
that.
like 3 words cut 30 minutes ahead. 3 words. Thanks. See you next time. All right, so I thought it'd be cool to talk about how we all met each other through extra credits.
Ooh.
And like
that's
kind
cool.
of starting with Dan Floyd and how he kind of came to it, and then
Alright.
introducing the rest of us as we kind of came along.
Okay, so extra credits as an early idea before it was really a show has been going since around 2008,
Oh Jesus, this show is old.
right? So, first person who I like started working on it with was James, of course.
Yeah,
And
well,
we did-
because the show was originally your idea.
Yes. Originally, and it wasn't even really like thought of as a show thing. It was just a class project that I did a couple times just because it was fun. And then ended up getting in contact with James, and we started kind of putting a few YouTube videos out, like just every several months whenever I had time to do it. But then we got signed on. Like he like managed to somehow like get us signed on with The Escapist to make the show weekly, and I had just gotten a job and there was no way I could do weekly art, so we started pulling an artist, and that's how Allison joined in. And then so it was just me, James, and Allison for about a year, and then Allison's had a pretty major shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And that resulted in us looking for a whole lot of guest artists to help out while she was like in surgery and recovering and all that. And during that run, I believe both. All right, I know at least Lily was involved in that run of guest artists. Were you
Lily
in
had
that
to-
run, or were you?
No,
did you come later?
I emailed you at some point.
You did, and which I love because I was already a fan of yours. Because
I want to say it was Power Creep. Was the first
Power
time
Creep
I
was his
saw.
first. Was that your first guest one, or was that your first official one? I can't remember. I can't remember. It's somebody knows.
Guest one, yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so Lily was one of the many artists, many wonderful artists who joined us for those run of guest art episodes while Allison was recovering. And she did a great job. It was on the producers, so you want to be a producer episode.
Oh, that was my guest one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, like finding guests for all those episodes, like that was running extra credits every week has plenty of its own stresses and time consumption, but like having to find a new artist every week and like coordinate with them and get them prepped, like it was very stressful, and like having Allison already like injured and having to deal with all that was stressful on its own. So like having a bunch of artists come up and just outright offer to help us out was amazing, and Lily was one of those artists who offered to help us out, and she did an awesome job. So when we
She's all right.
yeah,
Hashtag humble brag.
solid B+. So,
You said it, not me.
so anyway, I'm trying to remember how we I think we did eventually. I don't know if we got to run for a guest artist one more
For
time.
a while, it was so when Allison got better and she came back, it was decided that she should not be doing it by herself. So
Yes.
then James kind of headhunted me afterwards, and then I became the official second artist after that.
Yeah, and from then on, we've always alternated extra credits artist schedules, which now that we've been doing that, as soon as we started doing that, I kind of realized it's really stupid that we've not been doing this so far. Allison had somehow, on top of having a full-time job, been doing extra credits solo every week.
So I've never met Allison, but I assume she's just like a superwoman.
I have met her
She
exactly once.
Is
Because she's too busy making
Yeah.
shit.
She is kind of a superwoman.
Yeah, and like her art that's not extra credits art, I see it and I'm like, why did you ever bother with this?
right?
Her art is
right?
so
She's
good.
at Retro now, right?
I don't know if she's still at Retro. She wasn't working at Retro
She
for
was
a
at a
long
couple
while.
of-
She was also at Vigil, I want to say.
She's been in a bunch of AAA studios.
Her art's
doing
beautiful
concept
is what
art,
we're
yeah.
saying.
I'm gonna put up some of Allison's regular. All right,
Check it out. This one.
Yeah, no.
Look at that one.
Hold on. First, here's what Allison's art looked like for extra credits, which was already an improvement on the art that I did when I did extra credits solo. But
Yeah,
that doesn't happen anymore.
Jesus, put some of Dan Floyd's shit up.
Oh, look at oh, jeez.
Right? So this is what Allison's art looked like. Pretty much, it's an improvement.
Right.
This is what Allison's normal art looks like.
Holy crap, right?
So.
Look at that
So, really, it's criminal that we wasted all of her time on our nonsense.
shit. I know, right?
We should be in jail.
People.
Shoot it up there.
Anyway, so
She should have drawn like that every week.
Oh god. she would literally have
The
no
actual
arms left.
Cthulhuid monster extra credit.
seriously, 2.5 stars. Anyway,
God.
so we brought on Lily, and she and Allison alternated for a while. But at a certain point, Allison decided that she was ready to move on and do other stuff. She had been working like crazy between her day jobs and crunch at her day jobs, and then extra credits. She'd been doing a lot. She was ready to move on. So we started looking for an additional artist to help fill that role, which was a big role to fill. And Scott, I believe, we had brought you in for a guest artist slot at one point earlier on.
Yep.
And you did an awesome job. And you had emailed. Okay, so you originally had gotten in contact with me because you emailed me. Yeah.
Nope. Hold on.
Fill in gaps.
You stop right there.
Okay.
Because
Shut up.
Scott and I had been art friends on Twitter for about a year before he joined Extra Credits.
Yeah, he was Lily's art friend, not yours.
Yeah, well, no, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just getting the story
Damn.
straight, man. Also, that plush thing looks like a Junkrat smiley face.
Oh my god.
It looks exactly like it, doesn't it?
Yep.
No, but like, I mean, I just remember like talking to Scott for a while and we were being friends, and like, I remember having to look for artists and that was, and yeah, like we were like, we need another artist. I'm like, I know exactly who to call. And then I was just like, hey Scott, what are you doing? and
Nothing
yeah.
important.
There was one time, and I don't remember exactly
I'm
what it
going.
was, when Scott had emailed me, or I can't remember if it was me personally or like our extra credits email, and like offering, like saying that he, like you were saying that you liked the show and they were offering to help, like in any way or something. Yeah. And which is awesome because I had actually already been a fan of Scott's like webcomic work, like Fanboys.
Link it.
Link it,
I'm
fanboy.
linking
Link
it.
it. Fanboys.com. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good comic. You should read it. Anyway,
I think it's fanboysonline.com.
I don't give a shit.
anyway,
Go read it.
Really?
so like
Carrie, put a video up.
What's the video?
Video.
There's no video for a webcomic.
there we
No,
go.
and your I learned this, that your Anna grandma candy was actually a meme.
Yep.
What were we talking about again?
We were right. Extra credits. Let's get this back on the rails. Okay. So anyway, so Scott joined on, and Scott and Lily alternated art for a good long while. Did a fantastic job. Wonderful.
Oh god, you're
Shoot
right.
it to the left.
So
We have made
Bad at
no
this
progress.
game, Dan.
What are you talking about? I'm
You've
making.
fallen into that pit.
I'm
like
trying to
5
get this
times.
thing going.
This is a game for children.
So we had Scott and Lily, and they were doing an awesome job. At a certain point,
Then I got
believe
tired.
at a certain point, Lily had been. Well, to be fair, you had been pushing yourself very hard in a lot of ways. Like you'd been day job, extra credits, animation's cool all at the same time.
Also motorcycles.
And
No, this was before motorcycles.
Oh, wow.
I want to say BM, like, before motorcycles, but...
BM. Wow.
It works on levels, anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's before the motorcycle phase. But...
Wait,
motorcycle phase.
Wait, not to jump ahead. Is this before Extra History days?
Okay.
And all that?
Wait, which extra history days?
Like when Extra History
Technically,
came out.
no.
Like the first, like Punic Wars, or like...
Okay, so...
Like when
Punic Wars
it
happened...
became a series.
So Punic Wars happened, I believe, during like the Scott Lely era.
Yes.
Punic Wars was a thing that we got pulled in to do as a sponsor thing with Creative Assembly.
Right. That was when
That's
Allison
how we
joined
got-
back
how-
again.
That's how we got in contact with Will, by the way.
Yeah.
And
oh God, Will.
right.
That
And since Allison at that time was not doing like artwork for us regularly, we like asked her if she wanted to just hop in to do 4 more episodes real quick, and she knocked it out of the park.
She's fucking ridiculous. I've never met the woman, but she seems like the best possible.
She is.
She's a monster.
I only got to meet her in person, I believe, just the once. But
Was it the same
when
time
was
that I
this?
did?
it was for what was the?
I met her at PAX once.
Which pack?
Okay, so I met her twice. I saw her very briefly at a PAX, and I saw her at it was some convention. It was some convention thing that like me and James and she were at for a brief thing. No, it was like login or some sort of like I don't know. I haven't been to it again since, but that's the only other time I met her in person, and she is awesome. But yeah, she knocked it out of the park, and now Extra History is a thing. I think partly because she did such a killer job on it.
The Punic Wars ones were ridiculous.
There were a lot
Awesome.
of it was a lot of fun to do. I'm glad it turned into a series that we now do. But then yes, at a certain point, Lily, after several years of great service, was exhausted and
had to ride a motorcycle.
And I mean, the thing I kind of like to point out though is that during the Scott and Lily era, we got to redesign Extra Credits to make
That
it
is true.
what it looks like today.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this earlier today.
Side by side.
Like, wait, was it you, Lily, or was it like a combination where you like redid like the style of the Bean People?
It was-
It was. I mean, I did it, but I did it, with me and Scott's art.
Is that
in mind.
where
Yeah.
the style sheets of like how to do faces and stuff?
Yeah.
come from?
pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so so Allison, when she came on, she was not she didn't create the art style. She was basically taking my terrible crap and trying.
bullshit.
Yeah, she was basically
Your hot
polishing the
garbage.
turd that I was.
Whoa! Opinion.
Wow, Lily.
No, we're playing Yoshi's Woolly World. It's cool.
It's all
Everyone's
good.
happy. Those are really
mean
good
it.
posts.
I was jumping on the peer pressure. I didn't
Can't laugh.
Oh, but yeah,
Pound on it. Pound on it.
count on it.
Allison was working within the art style that I'd originally made those little YouTube videos on. But then I can't remember whose idea. It maybe Lily, you had been the one who pitched. Like, should we give this kind of a redesign now? I think it was. And then
I was demanding
the
it.
the modern look of Extra Credits is thanks pretty much to Lily for taking the initiative and then doing the redesign. And I love the way Extra Credits looks right now.
I wanted it cleaner. That was my goal.
And you kind of did you rounded a lot of the sharp edges that I'd had on my just little
bullshit.
drawing.
You
And-
had
Your
that
bullshit
flash. What's it? Smoothing cranked to the highest level you
Yeah,
could go.
Quick, edit this out. Just put in a flash crash noise right here.
Yeah, pro tip for non-artists: Flash is great for making your stuff look slightly less crap.
What the heck there? Oh, I keep forgetting the candy
and then
canes.
eat those cords.
Look, man.
Jeez, come on. Okay.
Ooh, it finally came out. Look, man.
All right.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would look, man.
your secret identity. Anyway, what were we talking about? Okay, so
Some historical bullshit.
Before Lily moved on, she did a redesign of all our characters, and it looks awesome. So, at that point, we had to find another artist, and we didn't have one we didn't have Lily there to say, "I know just the person."
Yeah.
So we started looking at several different artists, and
Yeah, new people, plural.
yeah, several people, and Scott knew several people who he recommended. One of whom was Dan Jones.
That's me.
I actually...
The one telling him how to play Yoshi.
So I actually was watching the episodes... I was watching some Extra Credits episodes a couple days ago.
Yeah,
And I watched the
I don't
one...
much care for the show.
Yeah, fuck the shit. But I
I'd rather
remember...
pass.
I remember watching the episode that Dan Jones did as his guest artist. I don't know if it was a...
Free to play.
Yeah.
was my first like guest
But I remember
episode.
it was like your guest episode / like
art test.
/ art test to get into the show.
That's a platform you need to make.
You have wings. How did you
Yoshi.
die?
Dude, I don't need your bullshit right now, okay?
Yeah. Tell
Anyway,
me that.
I was talking about the free to play. So I don't know if you want to.
It's taking a really long time for us to get through this whole story.
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm so glad we have this substance to use for this episode
Yeah.
instead of the first half hour.
Yeah.
Okay, we got footage of Dan dying to a Doctor Who scarf.
Okay, look, shut up. Shut up, Scott. So I was actually watching episodes like a couple days ago, and the free to play episode was, or how people get free to play episode how people get free to play monetization wrong, which was, I think was your first
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first guest episode.
And as soon as you introduced the
The whale.
yeah that was the story I was gonna tell.
The whale character is how I knew this was a guy.
Yeah, that was Soraya's comment, which just like, yeah, he did this whale that was like making it rain with dollar bills. I think this is the guy. And I was like, yes.
And then she says, "There's only one problem, though, because his name is Dan."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, because I remember.
We went through a PAX trying to figure out what to call.
So
I was
That
there
was-
for that pack.
okay.
That was 2014 PAX.
So
Yep.
what was great about this was because like I remember we didn't announce that I was leaving yet, and I didn't know what was going on with like I was trying to help find artists, but like I couldn't really find anybody. But funny enough, like I also already knew Dan's art, but I just like didn't think to
Who
recommend.
didn't know Dan's art? Am I right?
I don't know. It was
Shut
just
up.
no, because we did the Google Hangout art chats
Yeah.
and whatever. Like we knew each other. I just like I couldn't think of people to recommend. I don't know. I was also super scatterbrained at that point. But like yeah, we get to PAX, and I was asking about it, and I'm like, oh well, like so we got another artist. Look,
God,
you're on
don't do
fire.
that.
You're all Charles.
Shoot the egg angles.
This is hard, okay?
Use that ricochet. Yeah, I will never forget the like. Oh, we got another artist. There's just his name is Dan, and I just remember like screaming in the middle of Bandland. Are you fucking kidding me?
I remember even
How does that
even
happen?
in Scott's recommendation email, he said like, I know a guy. He's perfect. He's fun. I know him. He's great. He's an amazing artist. There is one problem.
There is one problem. Oh,
And
can
then
I just say,
and then we spent the whole time
real
saying
quick, I didn't realize the little wooden stakes on the end are like
they're knitting
things used
needles.
to knit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too cute.
Really
Sorry.
This is the
I also really like that the there was not this level but previous levels there was like some like kind of like grandma square knit blankets hanging in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
This game is so adorable.
I think even my first actual episode, you're like, we got a new artist, and guess it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Kidding me?
Yeah, no, I was proud. I had some fun coming up with those little gags. Like,
Really?
hey Dan, can you do this thing? No, not you. The other Dan. Oh God.
I actually so when I was designing my
Was I doing?
figure, my little Dean character or whatever,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm a white guy who's brunette. I gotta make a different hairstyle.
His color is green. Damn it.
I remembered being like, his name's Dan and his favorite color is green.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot that.
Well, so I think at the time Heather hadn't joined, so there was yellow or green, like neon green is an option. I'm like, I'll take neon green. But I was like, I gotta give myself a different hairstyle.
I don't think I was even in the show at that point.
You were in the show.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely
What
were.
the fuck was I doing?
Because
You
the
were
joke was
twitching.
that
No, because I thought I was other Dan because it was like, oh, it's the second Dan. Isn't that funny? But that makes that predates me to you.
Yeah, we should backtrack because Dan Emmons had come in before this. So
Oh, yeah.
and the art thing like kind of got distracting.
Yeah.
So
No. Art is important.
so the way we got Dan Emmons in is that when Pixar Canada closed down and I ended up moving down to Seattle to start working down here, it meant that finally James and I were in the same city, which is like really cool. Like that made coordinating and actually making extra credits way easier. We decided let's try to expand the channel and make some more shows and stuff. And I can't remember if we were twitching with you already. Like we were doing Twitch stuff by that point. I don't think we were.
Hit his butt with your butt.
Thank you, Scott.
Pro tip.
Butt to butt. Anyway, continue with your very important story.
Yeah, that's true. So that's when we started like kind of brainstorming up a bunch of other shows that we could potentially do, like James Recommends, an extra remix, and Design Club was the other one. And we pretty much put Emmons in charge of doing Design Club.
God, that was a mistake.
I like those early episodes of Design Club. It proved to be a very difficult show to make even every other week. I've edited a couple of them since, and they take so much time.
It's like even the first couple were like heavily dependent on you and James, or just specifically you, because a lot of it, like, especially the League one, was very much like
that League one was really hard to figure out.
It was really hard. Yeah, like there was just a lot of like.
How many did you guys do?
There's like 6 that I feel like there's like 5 or 6 that I quote unquote wrote, but still like required a lot of help from Dan and James.
We were all like helping out and involved, but you were doing the bulk of the work for sure. The League of Legends, like some of them are definitely harder than others. Sometimes you can just like you get game footage and you just can work with it, and you don't need to do a whole lot of additional like assets or signage or images or anything. But like the League one, we like required a whole lot of maps.
I remember like handing off the episode, and you were like, "That's interesting," and then like a week later, you were like, "Here's my take on it." It was like, "Wow, this is actually printable, like actually shippable."
Right, so at this point, I'm assuming we'll have Durlag up.
Yeah. So at this point, so you guys know now there are more.
I'm gonna say this. Editing the art for the episodes, there were times I watched the episodes like 3 or 4 times because I'm just captivated by Dan's editing that he put into the thing. It's so good.
So
go watch him. Here's only
at the time of this recording.
Do this.
All right.
Yeah, Scott, you're the most capable right now.
Scott's taking over on the Yoshi play.
You want to say?
So yeah, like at the time we're recording this, the Duralax Tower Design Club episodes are not out, and no Design Club episodes have come out for a long time. But Dan Jones has been helping me out in producing this run of Duralax Tower episodes that should be out by the time this video comes out. And usually we don't get artist help on the Design Club episodes just because it's all about game footage, but Baldur's Gate is not a looker, so I figured it would really help to have some artists like really just sprucing things up and making it more appealing to look at. But
I'm Dan Emmons. I'm gonna jump off a cliff.
How do you, Ricochet?
Cliffs are bad? What do you mean fire will burn my Yoshi? That's bad conveyance.
So we had Scott and Laylee doing the art. We had Dan Emmons helping us out with Design Club and doing our Twitch streams. And then we had Dan Jones joining us as the artist.
Yeah.
We've since, with Extra History, also added 2 more artists, Heather and Lil, who are doing fantastic jobs.
Who I just met Heather
wait, technically,
for the first time today.
we have 3 though, right?
We do have 3. Oh, I skipped David. I thought we talked about David already.
Oh,
Haven't talked
Okay,
about
so when we first were thinking of like starting up the Patreon so we could actually do Extra History regularly, we knew we needed an artist again, and Allison wasn't available to do stuff regularly, understandably. So we had to.
Tired.
So yeah, like she's done her time, and she did a wonderful job. But yeah, so we needed an artist for Extra History, and Extra History is quite challenging as a show to do because the episodes are usually on average twice as long as Extra Credits episodes. Maybe like not always twice as long, but they're definitely always longer, and they require a good bit of research for each historical period, and there have to be several phases of like notes back and forth with with Soraya and James, the writers, just to make sure we get everything like accurate. It's a very involved show to do art for, and we looked through a lot of great people, but eventually found David, who we I think first met because he had done some like a fan art print for us, and maybe hopefully I can find like a digital image of the prints. It's that one right there. David made that.
It's that one right there.
They can't
Do
see it.
not put an image on screen.
That was for you guys' benefit. I'm pointing at a print sitting in our room. Anyway, so David came on as the first regular Extra History artist, and in order to do the episodes weekly, we needed another artist, so we found Heather, and just to help cover additional weeks when Heather couldn't do the art, or to help cover like weeks when we had sponsors episodes, and we've had a lot of sponsored Extra History episodes. We brought in Lil, who has also been awesome. So now we have, 5 active artists helping us out with extra credits.
Yeah,
Two
Lil and Heather
retired veterans.
Also, they've seen some shit.
They have.
Lil and Heather have actually made it out to PAX for the first time.
They did.
Yeah.
To bring it in to date the episodes.
Well, we've already said we're in PAX.
Well, I know, but like to further date them.
Yeah, I don't know if Heather's going to be able to make it to the panel. She might have to leave before the panel starts, but Lil will be there.
Heather, no.
Yeah, and David would be here, but he lives in Spain, so...
Yeah, he's got a little bit
That's-
further way to go.
A bit of travel.
Yeah. But he is...
We're
also
struggling
wonderful.
with U.S. travel.
We've had enough flight issues already.
Yeah. Hard enough to get here from Georgia.
God, Scott, how are you so good at video games? I don't know how to play these games.
I'm dead.
Look, man, I don't need your shit, okay?
So that's the story about
Don't
how
give
we
me
all
your
met.
sass.
Oh, also our...
No,
okay, there's also other staff other than the people that you folks have that we've talked about so far.
Are we just going through the whole of Extra?
Yeah, why not?
We might as well. There's like we've covered actually most...
Yeah.
We
As much as
haven't, like,
memory can
officially
remember,
done
I
this,
feel like we need to give
right?
a disclaimer of like apologies if we forget details or
Yeah,
whatever.
we
But
are-
like, I think we're doing a
very
pretty good
tired.
job. Yeah,
We're very
It's
tired
been
right
very
now,
long.
This is on the fly.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not rehearsed.
Which of our children do we like the most?
Answer Scott do it.
I have there's like a dozen kids in our family. And Carrie is giving me a look like, what?
Like what?
And
Go left and get there.
we would always heckle our dad and be like, hey dad. He'd be like, yeah. He'd say, name the years we were all born.
No,
And he'd say, go to hell.
I'm not saying my dad can't even do that. And I only had 2 siblings. Like,
Merry Christmas.
Nobody needs
So, remaining extra credit staff. We should talk about the rest. So, our editor and just general person who helps me be able to function making the show. Person who does a lot of the audio cleanup, who does a lot of the video editing of Extra Credits and Extra History weekly, is Carrie, who I'm married to.
Aww.
Ah, Carrie's
Secondary
wonderful
details.
human being.
And she's also been working like crazy trying to make sure that nothing catches on fire for our PAX stuff.
she's been an all-star for this PAX nonsense going on.
Wait.
Hey, now.
Is the booth
So-
catching on fire an option? Because
That would make things a lot easier.
That sounds like upside.
The thing is, either way, I trust you to be in charge of it.
Basically,
So-
the thing that happened this PAX was like, I think we were so good about preparing early. Like, we set up schedules. We had planned for merch to be delivered to Bandland so that we wouldn't have to deal with it. And like, we were like, we knew who was coming in. We like were trying to take inventory of like who was going to be around at what times. And then, so the day before PAX starts, we're like kind of getting ready to set up. We had planned around like 2 o'clock, I think, was like the idea to start setting up the booth. And I'm in town and I'm hanging out with some friends downtown. Like, I'm trying to stay around the convention center to be like, okay, I'll help whenever you need me. And I text Carrie, I'm like, I haven't heard from her. I wonder what's going on. And I send her a text message. I'm like, so what's going on with the booth? Are we going to go like set it up? And then she's like, if you're free, actually, we need some extra hands. They delivered all 10 boxes to the apartment, not to the convention center. So then it became me and our friend Nick helping to try and like
Nick
wrangle
helped?
rides.
Holy
And
shit. I love Nick.
yeah,
Nick-
Nick's
yeah,
cool
Nick-
guy. Nick.
Edit this out. Nick is fucking awesome.
I will absolutely not
Edit that out.
No, Nick is great. He's done guest art for us a couple of times.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Nick
It's Trujillo.
Trujillo?
Yeah.
Trujillo.
He did a pretty recent
If-
one.
Yeah, it was, I remember watching it.
Control.
If you ever have the chance to meet Nick, boy, take that chance.
Cool guy, Nick.
He is awesome.
He's my best brother.
But let's see, who else we got? Soraya. We should also mention Soraya. Soraya kind of makes the show continue working.
Rhea makes the world go round.
Yeah, she basically she handles a lot of our social media stuff. She handles the tagging and uploading of a lot of our videos. She manages just a whole lot of things. She handles a lot of our sponsorship stuff, getting that all set up and coordinated. She basically anything that would make me and James's head spin that we just cannot handle dealing with right now, she always makes work.
If
and
you've
she's great.
seen James alive, thanks
Probably
Soraya.
because Soraya.
Yeah, Soraya has done just
You could have just said if you've seen James. You know.
I could have,
Yeah.
but I wanted to drive home the point that James would be dead without Soraya.
I think the channel has benefited incredibly. Like she's behind the scenes all the time. Like I guess you guys don't really see or like realize how much that she does for the channel. But I think the fact that the channel is where it is today is largely thanks to her.
But then she also writes.
That's
I
right.
threw those.
That's
Soraya does extra history episodes too.
she does. She's been writing.
She did Mary Sickle. She did Bad Waka.
That's right. Soraya has been like writing extra history episodes as well because she's got a history background, and she even on the ones she doesn't write, she does a whole lot of the additional like fact checking and working with the artist to make sure that we don't get as many flags wrong. So
No, God.
yeah, I feel like there's the kind.
Oh, sick move, Scott.
And
God damn.
Scott.
And then there's Dean and Sean Kiner who make the music for our extra history episodes, and they're so good.
They're such chill bros.
They are, and like, they're professional too. Like they
The chillest of bros.
You have probably watched something on TV that they did the music for. So
It was great. Like, I love having them around too because, like, I do also have a little bit of a music background. So today, just while we're sitting and hanging out in the booth, like, just chatting to them about music stuff, I was like, oh man, I miss these conversations.
they're so fun to hang out with.
Oh, they're so
You're
nice.
on. Damn.
Whoops.
We are incredibly lucky, and I feel incredibly lucky to, from starting out just making a goofy, dumb little class project thing and not having any plans for it whatsoever. The fact that this has grown to what it is and that it has put me in regular contact with all of these great people has been really cool. And
It's brought us all together.
it has. Like, I would not know all these people if it wasn't for extra credits, so it's
So you
So,
did.
I would not know all these people if it wasn't for extra credits, and I feel incredibly lucky. So, thank you all.
And true.
And scene.
I gave you proper time to edit it out.
You did. Welcome back, Dan.
No, I have to.
Should we wrap this? Should we go ahead and wrap this? We've been recording for like an
Yeah, well, let's do it like, hey,
yeah.
we love you. Bye.
Anyway, I hope you folks have enjoyed this Battle of the Dans. I hope you've enjoyed this, like, extra credits podcast thing that this turned into at the end. But, yeah, we didn't know where else to go with it. But I hope you've all have enjoyed this somewhat. And hopefully we will see you all next year for the return of some form of competition.
We love you all.
We do. We love you all. Thank you guys for watching our
So
stuff.
from Dan Floyd, from Dan Jones, from Dan Evans to Lee Dan, we appreciate your participation in the Battle of Dans.
Yep.
Do what I can. Do what I can for the dance.
Just as one final thought for everything, Dan wins.
Dan wins.
All right. Thank you all for.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Man.
A+.
Who wants to watch the Monster Factory?
I really
I'm
do.
ready. I'm ready for it.